Hello everyone, hello, Cesare here with more Final Fantasy XIV. It is Dawn Trail release week. We are on Stormblood. Not that we were going to play Dawn Trail with this character at this time, but it means we're going to have a little less time to play. That said, if you guys did pre-order Dawn Trail, they sent an email telling everyone that they are going to be sending out the full game keys this week starting today. So keep an eye on your email. You have no idea when they're going to get it. They said it was sequentially. So, you know, that could be anytime. This is how they always do it. It's silly. I don't understand why they choose this method in this day and age, but here we are. Either way, hello guys, we're back. Over the weekend, we did some of the Black Mage quests. We did some of the White Mage Conjurer and unlocked White Mage quests. And then we did Summoner, or Arcanist and unlocked Summoner. So, we're well on the way with those two classes. That said, let's pick a new pet for today. We get Wind Up Nanamo. Okay. Alright, so as you guys can see, we are in Kugane, where we left off. We got our shit wrecked in Alamago, and in order to defeat the Empire, we were like, you know what? Let's go actually fight them on two fronts. Let's get the Domans all riled up again. This character will not be ready for Dawn Trail. Howdy, Chester. Stole my code. That's super rude. And you must be Miro Prentice, Slayer of Gods, Rider of Dragons, Savior of Ishgard, Stealer of Pants, if some of the more puzzling rumors are to be believed. I knew it! May I say what an honor and a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance, my lady. I just know you and I are going to get along famously. Now then, without further ado, allow me to escort you to the company offices. That being your first visit to our fair city, this being the first visit to your fair city, I shall make an effort to point out various landmarks along the way, if you would be so good as to follow me. I really like Kugane. A lot of people really like Kugane. The music's nice, the look of it is nice, like look at that. If you guys watched the opening video when I played it for you there the other day, or Friday I think, they did show off this city, and the in-game city matches what they showed in the video pretty well. Also, this building here is home to a jump puzzle. What I mean by that is, you can jump your way up to the top of the tower, and there's a puzzle to do so. And it's kind of difficult. Everyone, if I could have your attention, please. You are now standing in Tenkonto. Loosely translated, the name means Spire of Drifting Souls, which, as some of you may have deduced, makes reference to the Aetheryte, which stands over yonder. The design is markedly different from those in Charlian, yet I trust its function is identical? A diplomat and a scholar. Well, wonders never cease. Far Eastern Aetheryte technologies have a long and storied tradition. I assure you, this particular example was constructed by the Oni Shishu, a collective of skilled craftsmen who guard their ancestral techniques with the utmost secrecy. In short, you will find it no less reliable than its Western counterparts. A tune if you like. You're home to a jump puzzle? How does your jump puzzle work? Do you shit your pants while doing it, or? Cool. Where the streets are paved with Koban. Beautiful though it may be, we cannot spend all day staring at the Aetheryte. Come, let us move along. The markets are next. Alphonse not a scholar, he's a swindler. Trying to look around at the various buildings for you guys. I went through attuned to some of the Aetherites here, but not all of them. We have arrived at the largest shopping district in Kugane, Kugane Dore. Kugane, as you are doubtless aware, is an ancient Hingan word for gold. So, in this prosperous port where golden fortunes are made, lesser fortunes, or Kugane, are earned by the local merchants. It is all quite logical once you learn the language. Now you're beginning to speak my language. Oh ho, a kindred spirit. What a pleasure. What a pleasure it is to meet a young lady who appreciates the value of hard-won coin. Hancock of the East Edelner Trading Company. You are with clients today? Why, if it isn't Master Kaiten! Pray allow me to introduce you to my esteemed guests, but recently come from the distant Eorzea. This kind and generous soul supervises all transactions here in Kugane. Your sincerity is ever appreciated. As he says, I am Kaiten of the Hakuichi clan. It is my honor to serve as overseer of these markets. As we receive many foreign visitors in Kugane, we accept all manner of currencies. Rest assured, your Eorzean guild are welcome here. I invite you to peruse our wares at your leisure. Nope, fuck you, I'm staring at the Aetheryte all day now. He is with child. Arms, armor, foodstuffs, potables. Here you will find all of them and more. Jeremy, if you like the samurai look, when you hit level 70, you should see if you can get the poetic tombstones together to get the Genji gear. I don't think it's the best you can buy, but it is aesthetically very samurai-like. They might be potent. If we may pause here for a moment. This road leads to the Ijingai, the district in which Ijin, or foreigners, are permitted to reside. Would this also be where the foreign embassies are found, including that of a certain empire? Precisely. So you see, it would not be at all unusual to cross paths with one of our Garlean cousins here. With this in mind, I would encourage you to choose your words carefully. We should not want any physical altercations, after all, such spats being strictly forbidden. The Sekisegumi punish breaches of the peace quite severely. I have seen foreigners permanently exiled for a single violation. Though to be fair, this is not common. More often than not, they are executed on the spot. What? Cut down then and there? You're joking, right? Would that I were. But alas, these samurai are a humorous lot. Why, I recall one instance when a foreign merchant in his cups dared lay hands upon a Hengen aristocrat in front of a Sekisegumi. The samurai cut him in half with a single stroke. I don't even want to think about that. So, as you can see, it would behoove you to behave. Failing that, we may be forced to part ways with one another. Or you with yourselves in the manner of the late Teleji Adeleji. That's a knee slapper. This man is really overjoyed with how Teleji Adeleji died. Oh, how I amuse myself! But we must carry on. I have yet to show you the Garlean consulate. It's not the artifact gear, no. It was one of the, I don't want to say raid gears, because it wasn't a raid gear per se. It was, one of the, it was released during one of the raid tiers, though, as the, it was the, tombstone equivalent to the raiding gear. This, as you may have surmised, is the consulate of you-know-who. Mark the guards at the gate. Are their uniforms not different from those you have seen in the West? Were you to travel far and wide, you would find that many such variations exist, often inspired by local designs. All of which goes to show that even a massive empire seeking to rule all of creation is not without its artisans. By the grace of Lord Lolorito. There is oh so much more I could speak of. The soothing waters of the onsen, the ephemeral delights of the pleasure districts, but you are doubtless still weary from your long sea voyage. Let us retire to the company offices. They found Lord Voldemort's consulate? Yes. At long last, we arrive at our destination. May I present to you our humble offices? We have much to discuss, so I will refrain from further prattle. Come, right this way.
Our thaumaturges took great pains to ward these walls against all manner of surveillance. Where business dealings are concerned, we do not compromise on confidentiality. You may avail yourselves of these offices for the duration of your visit. Come and go as you like, and know that you may speak freely here.
Your offer is most generous, but I will not enter into any agreement which would leave us beholden to you or your master.
A legitimate concern. Allow me to clarify, then. The chairman bids you consider this as an expression of his heartfelt contrition for the bloody banquet and the unpleasantness which followed. Never having been one to put stock in words alone, the chairman deems the provision of material aid to be a more appropriate demonstration of his sincerity. By sheer coincidence, your purpose here also happens to coincide with our own interests. That is, assuming you are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front.
How could... I will not bother to offer a denial. You have the right of it. To be specific, we are come in search of our Far Eastern allies, Yugiri and Gosetsu, whom we hope to assist in their fight.
The Aori Shinobi and the Rugadan Samurai? Then you will be pleased to know that they have both come to Kugane.
Are you sure?
Quite. They came here aboard a company vessel, you see. However, they encountered difficulties securing passage across the Ruby Sea.
The Ruby Sea? Sorry, I've never been any good at geography.
Forgive me. This calls for a map. We are here in Kugane, the sole open port of Hingashi, situated on her western coast. Doma, meanwhile, is here on the eastern coast of Otherd in Yansha. Therefore, if your friends are to reach Doma, they must first cross the Ruby Sea. Alas, this is easier said than done, as the Ruby Sea does not fall within the dominion of either Hingashi or Doma, being controlled since antiquity by a third party, namely the Confederacy. Said maritime collective is known for the consummate skill of its sailors, and for demanding that any vessel entering its waters pay a toll referred to as the Ruby Tithe. In exchange, the Confederacy's vast fleet guarantees the safety of those who travel within its territory. Now, as I'm sure you are aware, Garlemald conquered Doma some 25 years past, at which time the Empire saw no value in controlling the Ruby Sea, and thus did they turn a blind eye to the activities of the Confederacy. The recently appointed acting Imperial Viceroy of Doma had other ideas, however. She has formally condemned the Confederacy and declared that any who recognize their authority shall be branded enemies of the Empire. Bowing to this pressure, Hingashi severed ties with these toll-takers and forbade the payment of the ruby tithe, prompting the Confederacy to make it known that any merchants choosing to sail the Ruby Sea would do so at their peril.
No wonder they struggled to secure passage to Doma. What captain would risk such a journey given the circumstances?
I am told your friends were not so easily deterred from their course, but I know not whether their persistence bore fruit.
I say we follow in Yugiri and Gosetsu's footsteps and attempt to secure passage to Doma for ourselves. We will need to cross the sea in any case, and we may learn something of their whereabouts in the process. And should we find that they are still in Kugane, we can make the journey together.
In that case, I have some information which may be of use to you. No quid pro quo, I assure you. The chairman was most insistent that I aid you to the best of my ability.
That smile is not convincing. Though I am reluctant to take any action whatsoever that could be construed as placing ourselves in Lord Lolorito's debt, we must avail ourselves to what means are available. Our Alamegan allies place their faith in us, and I do not mean to disappoint them. Ooh, we get a question mark. A good samurai is hard to find. What if the chairman was Telegi's lower half? We already know it's Lolorito. It would seem inefficient for us to all to venture out together in search of information on Yugiri and Gosetsu's whereabouts. Agreed? Agreed. We need to cast our net wider, split up and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. But if we are to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations here. Indeed, Totaro would seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and procuring new ones. While she attends to that, we four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. Elisa and I will take those in the southern districts of the city. You two can take those in the north. In anticipation of just such an eventuality, I took the liberty of preparing some few sketches of Yugiri and Gosetsu during our voyage. God damn. Wow, Ishtola warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great! They'll definitely come in handy. Damn, these are good. What the fuck? Looks like it's you and me, Muriel. Let's step outside and talk about where to start. I mean, if they just believed it was Lolorito and Adelegi's lower half both survived and somehow gained sentience and the necessary organs it needs to survive. Damn. I guess it deserves that seat of power. Wow, Alphinaud's sketches are so... I don't know how to put it, but they're very... Well, see for yourself! You may view Alphinaud's sketch at any time during this quest by using the relevant item in the key items menu. They even have him sign his name. Oh good, it let me see it for a fraction of a second. Fuck you, game. Alright, I gotta click on lease instead of just running off with it. one. Take a look. You'll see what I mean. Yeah, I just did. What more do you want from me, game? It looks more like them than they do. Honestly, he could make a living doing this. Sorry. No time for distractions. Why don't we start by visiting Karaku at the something? Onsen? Onsen? That was it. Okay, so it's funny that they sent us to the Northern District because, one, we haven't actually been up there yet, but two, that's the Pleasure District. But there is something I want to show you up there. They're apparently really proud of that sketch. They were. Mira, what are you doing? Fucking weirdo. Gotta tell you, the Pleasure District looks like it takes up a lot more of Kugane than the markets do. Hey, instead of you, Gary, we got Gary. Mira, what are you doing? Fucking weirdo. Okay. Before we go in there and do the quest, we gotta go over here. Yeah, I get it. Thank you. Okay, so if you come in here, I believe. Ah, yes. Okay, so if you look at this, this Rogadin here, he says, "It feels like I'm wearing nothing at all." And look at him. It looks like he's not wearing anything. And if you talk to this human, he's just like, stupid, sexy Rogadin. If you guys remember that from The Simpsons. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Minicat, what are you doing? You're very talkative today. Why are you being a little goblin over there? He's like leaning over the couch as far as she can with her face just pressed straight out. What is... Their eyes are wide. Come one, come all! Burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes? There is not that the mystical waters of Bokusai hot springs cannot heal. Dude, I don't want to go in the water that someone had burns and cuts and embarrassing rashes in. That sounds unsanitary. Oh, what is that in your hand? She does seem to be. She's got her paws on my my ukulele right now. You seek this Oran Rogadin, do you? 1,000 apologies, but I cannot help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding patrons or past or present. Please, we came all this way from Eorzea to find our friends. We have reputation to consider, miss. Men and women from all walks of life from here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion, and we have ever honored their wishes. Only the Sekisagumi may demand otherwise. I am sorry, but there is naught I can do. I suppose we'll just have to ask someone else then. What about that woman who runs the hostelry? Kurakaze, was it? Oh no, I went in the water and now I have an embarrassing rash. Yes, indeed. Honestly, that guy could just be like, they could just be like, hey, you don't need to tell us if they came in here, but did you see them on the street or anything? You could be like, oh yeah, I saw them just outside this place, right before they came in and then right after they left. When they came in, they just ceased to exist, though. I don't know what happened to them. Oh, Jeremy, looks like you've caught Vector's favorite Pokemon before. Hey there, Kotokaze. Welcome, traveler. Can I interest you in some rice wine? Exceptional quality. Delivered but the other day. Oh, that person's got a cool outfit. Ah, an Ori shinobi and a Rogan samurai. If I may, I would answer your questions with some fuel of my own. Exactly, Mira. If I speak of that which you know, Ijin, be not offended. You are familiar with the situation in the lands across the Ruby Sea? The doomed rebellion after 2.5 decades quiet? I see, and you are familiar with the ways of Hingashi. How we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own. Indifferent and callous, some may call us, but pragmatism is essential if a humble island nation is such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolation is impractical, and so Kugane is open to Ijin, and we are equally hospitable to all. Or if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. As you wish. The two individuals of whom you speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to make the trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interaction. I will provide you with the names of the captains if you like. Well, she just had that readily available. Here's a list of people I hand out to everyone. You've been a great help, Mistress Kotokaze. I'll be sure to come back for that wine sometime. We would welcome your customness. We should question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first 3, I'll take the rest. We'll meet here when we finish, alright? Good luck. There's only 3 captains on the list. Lise is going off to sleep. You take the first 3, she looks off. I mean, we don't know how many's on the list. We didn't get to see it. Also, again, it's weird that she just had that list ready. Almost like she's done this multiple times. People keep asking about the boats. Let's just write this up so that they'll stop bugging me. Hey there, Hanish Spice Trader. You ask if I have seen this Ori woman and this Rogan and Samurai? The woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was for Doma, but I could not help him. We travel slowly between here and Radzatan. It would be an unreasonable detour. I think they got this guy's name wrong. It should be Captain Kurt. They missed an opportunity. Yes, a Rogan gentleman did approach me. He wanted to charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the Mad Devil. I sent him away, like all others before him. The woman? Nay, I know her not. Shit all over the floor. It's gonna be disgusting. Be your Matt loves it. Damn you and your weirdly accessed elevated locations. Alright, we'll talk to this meticulous merchant, and then we'll take a break, guys. Man, I'm really excited for Dawn Trail. I've wanted some new areas to explore in this game. You get the list, it's only got 2 names on it. Wait. Did they tell us the names of these captains? Because... Or did she just write meticulous merchant down on the paper? Passengers? No. We no longer offer that service. Too much trouble. Now we only transport goods. I told this to the samurai and sent him on his way. The woman? Pah! If it is the woman you seek, the pleasure houses have plenty. Okay. Clearly we're looking for them for a very specific reason, not... I mean, maybe we're looking for that rogue-ridden samurai and the Yugiri for sexual reasons. I guess he doesn't know. Kind of weird that he would assume that, but... Alright, be right back, guys. We're gonna do a break, and then we'll be back with more FF14.